Hey guys, welcome to BioShock with me and Zach.
Yeah, it's BioShack, alright.
Yay. So we're just me and Zach love BioShock a lot.
Well, it's like my favorite game ever, so.
And recently BioShock Infinite came out with a DLC that takes place in Rapture and stuff. And yeah, this is what it's like a lot, I guess.
Basically, just our opinions on this game because we love it so much. And some of the gameplay that we're going to overview and review and critique and all that shit, so. Just because it's our favorite game.
We're probably just gonna end up dicking around a lot.
Pretty much.
Alright.
It's like just a lot of thoughts that you have planted by yourself, and you just want to say them.
Alright, let's start a new game. If the new game... Okay. Hard, because... Alright, medium, fine.
Easy. It's gonna be easy. I've beaten this game like 6 times on hard, but it's just on a PC. I'm not very...
Yeah, I just recently got this game for PC when I got my new gaming computer, and
Mid-Atlantic in 1960.
yay. His little monologue right here. My dad said you're going to do great things. This is the only time I ever talk. I don't actually have opinions.
I kind of forget what Jack's voice sounds like because he never talks besides this. Not even when it like...
To Jack, from Mom, Dad, with love, don't crash a plane. If you didn't know, he's the one who causes this plane crash because apparently under the note...
I understood why he like...
I just hit Zach in the face with the mic.
Ow.
The system is working great so far. Oh, he's drowning. You're gonna take control
I
in a
never
second.
quite understood what I was saying. I never quite understood why like the plane kind of jolts and like shifts when he's got the box in his hand. Because that's... Are we spoiling shit? Or...
No, I mean, you kind of find out later in the story about it if you look really into it. I actually had to look it up on the wiki, and I learned that he's the one who crashes the plane because spoilers for the story. Okay, you can take control now. So this is Zach's like first ever time playing a computer.
That's way sensitive.
You want to turn it down? Press the little button on the mouse. The little red one. That's more sensitive? Okay, you're good. You should be a lot less sensitive now. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah, use these to move, not that. This. Yeah, the red highlighted keys on my keyboard. Anyways, yeah, so this is actually first time playing on a computer and shit, so
Oh, this is so different.
it is a lot different, but
Sometimes I just kind of like sit here and watch this whole thing sink, because actually in BioShock 2, they did a little throwback thing to this, and you can actually find this the severed part of the back end of the plane is like wedged in between one of the tunnels, and you can see it at one of the levels. I can't remember which one it is when you're like outside walking around. It's pretty cool.
BioShock 2 is another thing we're going to be talking about a lot.
Because everyone in the BioShock fandom like fucking hates it, even though I think it's one of the better games. It was the first BioShock game I played, and I really liked it. So I don't know why the hell you rip on it so bad.
Like, I think in terms of gameplay, it is probably one of the best. But, like, the story... Like, I get why people didn't like it for the whole, like, it's pretty much the same thing as, like, the first game, except maybe not quite as deep or something.
Well, the whole thing is because the same makers didn't make it or whatever. This creeped the fuck out of me, too, when I first played this, but... I'm just gonna go in here and then look at the door shuts behind you.
This is, like, one of my favorite moments in gaming. Like,
No gods or kings, only man, Sandra Ryan.
I was actually going to do a monologue from this game as a tryout for an audition for one of our school plays, but turns out it probably would be a little too adult, like, subject matter, and also, I don't know, I wanted to do like an Andrew Ryan monologue because I think he has a lot of cool like lines in this game, but
He really does.
just this whole sequence right here, this whole going into Rapture thing is really cool.
It's kind of scary when you first play it because it's pretty much you're walking into like and nothing you know. It's just completely random. No, not really random. I don't want to say that, but it's just it is the dark abyss unknown shit.
Yeah, and like you have no other option other than just like standing in that building. This part is really awesome. Like Andrew Ryan hasn't started talking yet, but just like this whole like intro to Rapture, it's so cinematic and like I don't know. I think it would make for a great movie.
If they ever made a movie of this, I would watch it like 30 times.
Yeah, totally.
It really does. It raises some political interest in it too, because like, I mean, you think about all the stuff Andrew Ryan says about politics, and some of it like really made me question that stuff. Even though it's just a video game, it's still pretty political.
Ken Levine loves to do that kind of stuff. The director who made this in BioShock Infinite and BioShock or in System Shock 2.
Well, because it basically shows like a pretty much
Rapture. That part right there is like the back when this game first came out, it was breathtaking. It was so just like, wow. I'm like, it's like you're in this world. It's so cool.
And, like you see kind of like what it's supposed to be, as far as like what they made it back before everything went to shit, and then like you start to see like the Big Daddy over there, and like some of the stuff's kind of falling apart. And it really, like, it's basically Paradise Gone Wrong is what the whole theme of this is supposed to be. But it's really cool. I mean, you look at, like, it really kind of did capture, like, the 50s, 60s sort of deal with, like, the way the structures are and the writing and the commercials and themes and whatnot.
I'm sure a scientist would just love to pick this game apart on why it is illogical. Though I know there's this episode of a show called Game Theory by this guy named Matt Pat on YouTube, and he talks about how it's actually kind of possible in one area of the ocean where it may take place to build something underwater, and like he talks about how it's kind of possible to like sustain it, but and stuff. He also talking about BioShock Infinite and how living in the clouds is nearly possible, but there's some issues with it.
I think if we were living in the clouds, it wouldn't be with the frickin' hot air balloons or whatever. That just spells disaster.
Yeah, and he talks about how in the clouds it's like really cold up there and stuff.
Scared the shit out of me.
I know. It's just so...
Let this talk. Just let this talk.
Okay. God, it's so fucking... Please no. Oh my god, I love it. That scream. Oh my god. And it's like, oh shit, it's trying to get in. Oh my god. Your bubble is being destroyed. By God. Special effects, yo.
Shit. And the shittiest thing happens. The shittiest thing ever possibly happens. Watch. After you pick up this.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I never want to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you.
That's actually pretty, like, that was kind of
Keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground.
nice, because it's like someone else. And then the fucking door opens right there where this dude just died. And you're just forced to go out there. And
You know, for an enemy that you kill, like the first, like for the enemy that dies really quickly, they built him up pretty well.
yeah, really, like, I thought that was going to be like a boss or some shit, but it's just a nice place here.
It's just, it's sort of a good introduction to like the citizens of Rapture.
I thought these were kind of cool too, with the signs and stuff, because you just find them all over in this little intro. Like, we're not your property. Let it in. Let us ascend. Because people wanted to leave Rapture, but Ryan wouldn't let them because he's a douche.
I thought some people did escape though. I think I remember like at some point they talk about that.
In the second game, I know there's like a crashed bathysphere, and I'm gonna just talk about this before we go on to this next part. There's a crashed bathysphere, and you find an audio log in it, and it's like, this couple that tries to like ascend to wherever to the surface, and they get shot down by, I can't remember if it was Ryan or Lamb. I think it was Lamb shoots him down. So, I mean, they wouldn't let anyone out. It's fucked up.
Excuses me.
That's what happens.
I'm sorry if the audio is a little inconsistent. Like, it's like one of us is quiet at one point or one of us is louder than the other because we're kind of doing this little mic thing. And oh, hang on a second. I'll let this screeching thing. How do they travel on all fours?
Suck, this game is so hard. Like, you like find a crowbar and you find a wrench. I was expecting a crowbar.
A crowbar is literally a reference to Half-Life, and I love it. Because these games are so inspired by Half-Life in terms of gameplay. They're kind of like Half-Life if Half-Life has superpowers with its gameplay. Well, I will say the gunplay in Half-Life is a little better, but the couch. Yay, we kill a splicer.
One of my favorite parts about this game is you can do this. You just completely bash their fucking head in, and it gets all bloody, and it's cool.
And you get that whole murderous rampage satisfaction. All right, we're going to end this episode here, so we'll see you guys next time on the next episode.